Hello, welcome to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. I hope you're having a great week so far. So today I just want to share my journey of hunting down a Jayden Daniels auto card. I like to get one that's graded. But if there's one that's not graded, that I feel comfortable with, maybe I'll place a bid on it or try and purchase it. But the issue I have, with trying to purchase these Jayden Daniels autos like over eBay is the fact that when you dig into the bid histories on a lot of these live auctions, I see things that really just don't feel right to me, just strange things going on. Now, the other issue I have with eBay and their auction listings is the fact that you can no longer see bid histories on sold items. So to me, it's like eBay's trying to cover their tracks. I know that Whatnot has been getting attacked because they apparently removed, the ability for people to see, like replays of shows, that sellers have put on Whatnot. But to me, this isn't much different. I mean, if you want show bidders on your platform, you need to give them cover, Yeah, maybe we can see their history for a little bit before the auction ends, but let's be honest, I just tend to believe that eBay is giving cover to shill bidding. And when you dig into the Jayden Daniels sports card, autograph card auctions, what I have noticed the last few days is just questionable things going on. Now, I can't really necessarily point my finger and say, well, this buyer is shill bidding. That's just it. That's really the gray area of the auctions on eBay. Is it tends to become tough to really, this is actual shill bidding. But I tend to believe that there is just endless shill bidding, and when it comes to these, higher end cards, when you look at the type of bids, there's just a lot of mysterious things going on. So that takes me to this card. And, this is a great card. I'm interested in, purchasing this card. I thought I'd check it out, see what's going on. It's a 2024 Topps Chrome Blue Refractor rookie card out of 150 PSA Auto 10 Jayden Daniels rookie mint card. It's a nice looking card. It's on license, unfortunately, which is the case with all of Jayden Daniels autos. But, it's a nice card, and we have the bid history. So, before I get into it, there's 3 days and 10 hours to go on this auction. I can't necessarily say that, this card seller or this seller is doing any shill bidding, okay? I can't say that, but when you dig into the numbers on this auction, I just, there's questionable things going on, So on March 5th, 2025, this item was listed at $99.99. On the same day, it received, on March 5th, it received numerous bids that kicked it up to $325. There was, a bidder, that made a couple bids on it. All right. But then we come to March 6th, and March 6th, we have a total of, really, this seems about right to me, okay? So on March 6th, a bidder bids it at $350, another bidder bids it up to $360, and another bidder puts it up at $370. That seems right to me. But then you have this bidder. And this bidder has the same number, the same key. We can tell it's the same bidder, okay? And this is where you begin to question, are these shill bids, all right? So this bidder, on March 6th, he bid up, and think about the times here, at 10:05 p.m., bid up to $400. 10:06 p.m., the same bidder bids it up to $430. At 10:06 p.m., the same bidder puts it up to $460. At 10:06 p.m., the same bidder moves it up to $490. At 10:06 p.m., the same bidder moves it up to $540. At 10:06 p.m., the same bidder, we can see it, moves it up to $600. Okay. Now, I'm not sure why it's showing this bid, because this is at March 6th, 2025 at 4:20 a.m. Okay. So this seems weird, doesn't it? Okay. And then on March 6th at 10:06, this bidder bids it at $610, and they still have the bid. Now, did this person really, really want the card and just got, no, I need to keep bidding up? I mean, the reality is most people who bid on auctions, they typically don't bid like this, okay? So was this what I like to think of as the jump bid? You have to shill bid it up to get up to that price that you want. And so you just keep taking the steps to do it. Here's another step. Here's another step. Here's another step. Here's another step. We have to get it up there because, if the price isn't where you want it at say $370, hey, the seller's getting worried that, they could lose money on this depending on how much they invested. Are these shill bids? It's the same bidder that's done how many bids here on March 6th? Let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I don't know what the story is with this bid. Why would this bid come at, think about this, at 4:20 a.m. at $600? That doesn't make any sense, unless that was possibly March 7th. But eBay keeps their records fairly well. All right, so that was suspicious to say the least. Am I going to bid on this slab? Hell no, I'm not. All right, so now I'm looking at another awesome Jayden Daniels auto card. I like to have in my collection, or flip it, whatever. I won't place a bid on this card though. Why? Because I looked at the bid history on it already. I recommend, whatever you are thinking about purchasing in an auction that has numerous bids, always look at the bid history. Why? Because it's going to tell you something. It's going to give you a language that hopefully you understand. And when I see, like the bids in this one, I just go, no, I'm not going to do it. Why? Because it just doesn't feel right. And to me, this is another reason why eBay has to cover up all the bid history on sold items. Why is it? Because it just seems like there's a lot of chicanery going on. Now, ask yourself, who would put a card like this up for auction for 1 penny? Okay, well, I would never do that. I would have something straight out of the gate like most sellers do on this product. Or I'd have a big premium, buy it now, make a big offer, I would never risk doing what this seller did. This seller has a lot of guts. But maybe, but do they have a lot of guts? That's just it. Like a lot of the supposed sellers on eBay. Anyway, this seller listed this item on March 2nd, 2025 at 1 penny. That's just crazy to me. But, I mean, we had some bidders rolling on in. Bid it up, $1, $2, on March 2nd, 2025. Bid up to $3. But then we have a bidder coming in. They bid it up. Let's see, how many times within just a few minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if you're going to have a team of shill bidders, it would make sense to have numerous shill bidders doing it, or numerous accounts doing it, to bring it up. So I can't prove this is a shill bid, but I would say, for my shill bidding team, if I had a shill bidding team, this would be step 1. This individual put 1, 2, 3, 4 bids from $4 to $11. Okay. They then stopped bidding. Okay. A new bidder comes in that I have not seen before. All right. Bids up to $33. Okay. That's a pretty big jump, but we don't typically see that bidder. And then we have this bidder. Now, is this another part of Team Shill Bid? Okay, this is the same bidder now. This is March 2nd. And between 6:06 p.m. and 6:37 p.m., nobody else bid on this but this one bidder. This bidder went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. First bid that this bidder put in there, this is the same bidder, $39. Bid up to $45, bid up to $51, bid up to $65, bid up to $75, bid up to $99, okay? Good job, team Shill bid. Now, it's very possible that, that's the same bidder, but let's be honest here. Most bidders never do that. They don't typically keep bidding themselves up and up and up. And I've held enough auctions on eBay. I've never seen that in any of my auctions, but the thing is my auctions, I don't have a team of Shill bidding going on, okay? Can't say that this is team Shill bid, but it just appears to be, getting into the weeds, all right? So then we have some different bids, another bidder goes, okay, $103. Then we have another bidder. All right, $111. And then then that stops for March 2nd. March 3rd, we have a new bidder who decides, at $514, I'm going to bid it up at, this is the same bidder. Now, this is, I believe, another part of the team. I'm going to bid it up to $126, and then just a few seconds later, we're going to bid up to $141, okay? They stop. Another bid rolls in at $145.90, okay? Now that's confusing because that's from March 2nd, which I don't know if eBay's getting their dating wrong, because a lot of this seems suspicious to me. The dates, for how can this be happening? This is from March 2nd. This is March 3rd. It doesn't make any sense, okay? So then the same bidder comes back, okay, $156. This is March 3rd, okay? Same bidder comes back after that bid, $161, okay? All right. That seems kind of weird to me, doesn't it? Same bidder doing that, all right? Then the bidding completely stops, all right? This bidder goes, all right, I'm not going to do it anymore, okay? So then we get more bids, $310. $555.55, $576. Then we have $1,000. Then we have $1,050. Then we have $1,075. And I don't see those upper bids anywhere else, But once again, if you have to bump up the price and you're starting an auction low, you have to bump it up because you're afraid you're going to lose, the numerous bids, and then it's ended at $1,075. Okay. So just by that bid history, I would never place a bid on this slab. That's just me. I mean, it just seems very, very suspicious. Okay, so here I am looking at another Jayden Daniels auto, nice numbered, number 15 out of 150. This is 2024 Topps Chrome Blue Refractor Auto. Jayden Daniels rookie autograph. Now, there's only 8 hours and 17 minutes to go on this auction, and there's only 2 bids. Now, look at the price, that this seller started out at. Put the thing up on February 28th, 2025 for $600. Yep. March 1st, 2025, there was a few bids. No one else has bid on this thing, Why? Why not? I mean, it's a beautiful card. Why isn't there the amount of chicanery going on with this card? I mean, this probably a seller like me, meaning that, well, I don't have a team of shill bidders. And I'm not, eBay doesn't have to come in and cover it up, for my sales when it's all said and done. So this, to me, would I put a bid on this product, this card? I'm not going to spend that much, okay? But I would feel more comfortable putting a bid on that than the other cards I've gone over. I mean, the bid history feels much cleaner. The fact that they put a high number out the gate on the card makes sense to me. Why would you put a 1 penny start on something like this? Unless you had a plan to bring it up to the selling price where you believe it should be at. That's the point I have, with a lot of these Jayden Daniels cards. It's they yeah, this one's not slabbed up, but what I'm saying is this feels much more like a real deal to me. Why? Because they know they can't risk putting something on the market for 1 penny that's this valuable. And if you're going to risk it, you have to have, a magic trick up your sleeve on these cards. Okay, so now I'm at a 2021 Leaf Pro Set Power Campus Kings autograph Jayden Daniels, numbered PSA 9, Auto 10 card. And this is just another awesome example of the pattern. What is the pattern? Well, I've gone over the pattern, and that's where the same bidder keeps repeating over and over and over again to either get the card, raise the price, or just make the baby steps to keep getting it up to where it needs to be. And for one reason or another, with Jayden Daniels cards, the pattern is just all over the place. So right here, this auction ends in 1 day, 9 hours. Okay, 24 bids on it. So let's look at the history on this. All right, so once again, this is the pattern. You always have to start the slab out at 99 cents, right? Or just a penny, something like that, So this auction started on March 1st, 2025. There were a few various bids on March 1st from, various bidders. First one was for $2, then it got bumped up to $10, and then it got bumped up to $15. All right. And the same bidder, bumped it from 10 to 15, okay? But then we come to, I keep saying, it's the pattern. Well, here we come to March 2nd. This is the same bidder, okay? You can see this. This is the same bidder. The same bidder on March 2nd at 2:45 a.m. bids it up to $60. 3:54 a.m. bids up to $75. 10:08 a.m. bids it up to $85. Okay? And then, just like that, they're gone. They're out of here. But they bumped it up from $15, where it was at, to the $85 mark. Okay? So then we have, on March 2nd, we have some different bidders that bid it up to $114.05, $120, and $125. And then those bidders just stop. Enter the next teammate of Team Shill bid. I can't prove that this is happening. This is such a gray area. But what I'm saying is this is a pattern. This is the same bidder. On March 6th, the same bidder did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bids all in a row. And they bid from, their first bid was at 10:06 p.m., second bid was 10:06 p.m., third bid was at 10:06 p.m., fourth bid was at 10:06 p.m., fifth bid was at 10:06 p.m., sixth bid was at 10:07 p.m. Okay, now let's go through this bidder's bids. So that they went from 240 to 255 to 285 to 315 to 345 to 375 to $405. Okay. And then, just like that, they're gone. They disappear for the most part. But then they're back. They're back later on. All right. But here's the thing. A new bidder takes over this whole ideology, this whole pattern, this whole scheme. The new bidder comes in, and this gets confusing because initially, I guess they put these bids in March 1st, 425, 426, 427, 428. That doesn't make any sense, okay? All right. But then we have the old bidder that did numerous bids, I mean, that bumped it up basically from Um, 125 bumped it up to basically 405. They said the same bidder's back, puts in a bid at 435. We got to bump it up, man. We got to get that price up there. And then the former bidder that did numerous bids from 405, or let's see, 425 to 426 to 427. Strangely enough, they're back. They have it at $440. Okay. Arguably, two bidders that like to bid over and over again above their own bids. Okay. Are you catching on to the pattern here? Is this last bid even a legitimate bid? That's the question. Or is it just a shill bid because they don't want to give the card away? It's a great card. Let's be honest here. It's an awesome card. Is that what we are looking at? That's just it. All right. And then, we have some other cards, that makes sense. This is a 2022 Sage Artistry, autographed silver, $415 their best offer. Here's one they just put the price big time out the gate on a Leaf, $4,950. No bids. Here's one. This seems kind of weird, doesn't it? With the activity that we just saw on that card. But the thing is, on this card, they put it a big price out the gate. Probably because they don't have the team shill bid working for them, huh? $350, 5 hours, 57 minutes left on that one. That's not much. I mean, if you're going to shill bid, you have to put the price low. Isn't that the way that you have to do it, You can see the prices on these other, cards, and they're typically high out the gate, $750 are best offered on basically the card we more or less just went over. But you see, you have to drive up the interest with that low price, If you're putting out a low price, you're expecting a sale. And then you have to lay out the breadcrumbs to do it now, don't you? So, have you caught on to the pattern? I hope you have. Anyway, when it comes to these Jayden Daniels autos, you're going to really have to do your homework and look at the bid history of each and every auction. I've shown you the pattern of what I like to consider possible shill bids. There's no way to prove it. It's a very, very gray area. The sports card market seems to really just swim in this gray area over and over again. Unfortunately, for such a high-valued product such as the Jayden Daniels autos, I believe there's a lot of gaming going on. And it takes two, doesn't it? It takes the seller. The seller has to have either multiple accounts or people who are involved with the seller to do the shill bids, okay? You begin to see a pattern here. I mean, you can go after auction. When you start to see the same bidder bidding over themselves over and over again and then just kind of leaving for a while and then coming back and doing it again, to me, I like to call it, that's the pattern. If I see that, I am running away from that auction. I will never put a bid in on auctions like that. I know better. I've been experienced enough in auctions on eBay. All those auctions that I more or less showed you today have red flags, If you get into slab auctions for Jayden Daniels autos and you're not seeing that pattern, they more than likely start the price at a higher price. Why? Because they don't have what I like to consider a team of shill bidders to come in and save the day on it, we see a lot of activity. Oh, look at all the bids. But once again, do your due diligence on each and every Jayden Daniels auction on eBay that you hit. I wish I could get into the sales, the sold items, because, like I said earlier, eBay likes to cover up the tracks of shill bidding. They've made it to where you can't even see the history on sold items anymore, which to me would be such a red flag. If I was going after sold item after sold item, you would probably be asking the same question, What is going on here with these bids? They don't make any sense. So anyway, if you have any different opinions on this, leave some comments. Thank you to my subscribers. You are the ones, keeping this channel going. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're a viewer, please subscribe so I don't have to continue doing free community service for Google and YouTube. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.